the participants. I'm Deepika, Documentation Officer of the Kerala State Higher Education Council. As Dr. Rajan Verghese, Member Secretary of the Council, has some other arrangements, I was asked to coordinate the meeting. So, as you all know, that the first phase of CalNet, that is linking of the university libraries, is almost complete. And the second phase, which involves the linking of the colleges and a meeting of the librarians was who used Koha software, was held in July. And it was understood there was a lack of standardization of the entries. So it was therefore decided to seek the expertise of Dr. Parthasarathi, who is a professor, Department of Library Information Science, University of Kalyani, West Bengal, to conduct an orientation program and like on how we could go forward with the standardization of the entries. I now invite you, sir, to start the program or the orientation program. Parthasarathi, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, sir, you
I-
can, I think you can start the,
Yeah, is my audio and video is clear to all of you?
so video is
Video is
is clear.
starting. Yeah. So can you start now?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. So what I understood from the note given to me and the the objective as communicated by Vimal last 2 days back, that you people in the process of preparing a union catalog covering the entire state. Maybe in the first phase you are targeting academic libraries, second phase public libraries, and so on. So before going into further details, may I know that what you are using on the top level? So you are preparing the interface, the DI, what you are using for Union Catalog? Viewfind on the top. Okay, fine. Very good. Okay. So now the question comes that what are the standardization things you need to consider? And as Bimal said that I better start from the beginning, not from the middle. So I decided I created a pack kind of thing for you. So let us discuss. If you think that this is too basic to me for you, then you please report me so that I can change the level of discussion at the next pattern. So let me share first. Okay, is it visible to you? Screen?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So first of all, what we need to understand that the Mark 21 and what we are, calling the all Mark family of standards are basically comes under the umbrella concept called content designator. And Mark 21 is not the only candidate there, and possibly it is not the best also. And there are many other candidates like a common communication format created by UNESCO, Unimark, as it is very popular in the French world, Scandinavian countries. And then there is Mark 21 presently, which is very popular in the Anglo-American world. But before starting, we need to understand that why we people need a content designator for library records or bibliographic records. These are the four objectives stated by Alan Hopkinson, who is considered as the father of common communication format, possibly the best content designator scheme we are having. But unfortunately, the best is not always the popular. You can know colon classification is one of the best classification scheme of the world, but it is not popular. Similarly, common communication format is possibly the best architecture-wise, database principle-wise, but MARC 21 is the most popular as it is backed by a very powerful organization like Library of Congress. So we need a format, beforehand for entering record, for long-term storage of record, bibliographic records, to facilitate efficient retrieval, and a format for displaying records also. When your users search something on the basis of keywords or author name, so you need to represent the retrieved record. You need a display standard so that also supports displaying records in a standardized way. And most important is that how can we exchange data from one library system to another library system. So these are the five basic motives, five basic principles as proposed by Alan Hopkinson, and till date these are holding true. And as you know that there are many content designated. One of the visible family is the mark flavors like US mark, UK mark, CAN mark, and so on. So Mark 21 has again a fascinating history. When during the decade of 80s and 90s, there was a style that every country is coming with their own mark. And believe it or not, India has also got its own mark called Indie mark. These are all slight variation or deviation from either US mark or UK mark. So as a result, what happened, we prepare standard for a unique format so that people can export, import their bibliographic data across the system. But as a whole, what is happening, every country was coming with their own Mark 21 mark standard, and every time we need to write two conversion program. For example, I would like to exchange my data or having data from the CanMark format, and another library in Canada is wants to have my record. So first I need to write a mapping that from CanMark how I can map to IndyMark. Then on the Canada side, my friend has to write another program how IndyMark can be mapped to CanMark. So for each and every format, there there were a requirement to develop two kind of conversion program. So as a result, what happened? The entire thing became a mess. Every country is having their own standard, little bit of variation in the subfield, in the tag. So it was a chaotic situation and was not serving the purpose of having a standard. So all the four, five large national libraries, Canadian National Library, Australian National Library, of course, Library of Congress, then British Museum Library, all tied their hand together, and they decided that in the early 1990 that this is not the situation we wanted. Let us tie our hand together. Let us decide together what are the minimum fields and subfields we need to have, and prepare a de facto global standard. So Mark 21 came into picture through a combination of US mark, UK mark, CAN mark, OS mark, and all the major marks, because these four or five national libraries are holding 75% of the bibliographic resources of the entire world. So they have a say, and they decided that let us go for this new format, and Mark 21 came into picture. But most of the cases, we librarians in India forget one thing, that Mark 21 is not a singular standard. Most of the libraries you go, a library professional talk only about bibliographic format. But please remember that Mark 21, it is based on ISO 2709 standard for physical exchange of data, and it is a family of five standard actually. The most visible, of course, the bibliographic data. Then we are having a format for holdings data, classification data. This is the holding data format, classification format, authority data format, and for public library, we have a unique format called community information format. So community information is basically the information support for day-to-day livelihood problem solving, like finance, welfare scheme, housing, and education, and so on. So Mark 21 is a family of five coordinated standard. Coordinated standard means everywhere it is ensured that no two tags are clashing with each other. That was very much required for a family of standard. So that was well maintained in MARC 21. That is one of the big jump in the traditional MARC structure. So we are now having a set of 5 standards, and in a library, you must follow not only the bibliographic data format, but also side by side or simultaneously authority data format. And you all know, you are all seasoned library professionals here, that cataloging has two basic functions. One is the finding function, another is the collocation function. Collocation functions means an author is actually known by 2 3 different names. So how one particular preferred name will be selected by the library, and how you are giving chances that from other non-preferred name people can retrieve your preferred name. So that is called C references or C also references, that kind of thing. So it's a very essential, for a library, particularly library of any kind of size, that its bibliographic records are linked simultaneously with the authority record. Otherwise, if you are handling only bibliographic records, you are supporting only the finding function, not the collocating function, like name authority data, subject authority data, uniform title authority data, that we are missing. So in this particular presentation, I will try to show you that how this bibliographic and authority data can be linked, so that right from the beginning, your data standard is at par with the global scale data standard. Okay. Now, I'll be coming here again, after this presentation, because simultaneously I will be running 2 3 presentation here. You can see here, set it in window. Okay. So far, this audio and video are quite clear to you now, because today, right from the morning, it's very cloudy here. So yeah,
Yes.
fine, fine. Okay. So uh, if we start from the beginning, you see Mark 21 is a successor of US Mark. US Mark was basically, previously it was called LC Mark. Then a lady who was the day then in charge of the library automation section of Library of Congress. You all know her name, Barbara Tillett. Barbara Tillett took additional initiative, to declare Library of Congress Mark or LC Mark as the national standard of US. So US Mark came into picture in the 90s, and as I said, that Mark 21, on the basis of agglomerating different kind of mark standards, came into picture in late 90s, or rather 1991. And as it was meant for the next century in the 1999, so that's why they have given Mark 21, Mark for the 21st century. So that is the thing. Now the question is that MARC stands for machine readable cataloging. So what is machine readable? We all know that a particular set of standard formatted records that can understood by a machine, or that can be readily apprehended by a machine, like a computer is a machine, or an electronic typewriter may be a machine. Initially it was electronic typewriter, then our target device changed to computer. So machine readable means any kind of machine can read your bibliographic data for structuring and organization. Now, most of the cases I, often got a question from my student. Then, if this is the case, then why a machine cannot read a computer, catalog card? I will prepare the card, and machine will read the card, and everything will be structured. The question is that machine is not yet that intelligent, that when you are writing a title, it can understand this is the title, it can understand from the name this is the name of an author, or this is the place, this is the publisher, because that kind of metadata we are not giving in the catalog card. Catalog card is meant for human mind, human reader, user. So they can understand that by from a string of text, that this is the name, this is the place, this is the name of the publishing company, and so on. So we do not give title colon such and such, author colon such and such. That we never give, because that's meant for human. But in a machine, you need to tell it that here's title starts, here title ends, here subtitle starts, here subtitle ends, here name starts, here name ends. So this is the requirement for machine readability. So that's why the content designator system came to to make machine understand that here title start, here title ends, here name starts, here name ends. This kind of system, all these tag, subfield, whatever you are seeing in any of the content designator, the basic purpose is signposting. So here it starts, here it ends. This is the field, here it starts, this is the field, here it ends. So that was required for the sake of machine readability, and the entire operation is basically the signposting operation. And finally, when you are giving that kind of things, like I am giving title as my title field, name of the field as title, but you are smarter than me, and you are giving the field of your title as TSOR, title and statement of responsibility. So the question comes that when we are giving or allocating field name by a set of string, computer is not quite reliable in handling text. If there is an additional space, if there is a comma by mistake, then it will treat it differently. So thereby text as a field name is not reliable. So people came with a innovative approach. Oh, well, let us designate each particular field with a number, because computer is very good at number. So let us make 100 as title, 200 as author, 300 as subject, and so on. Now here comes again the problem. Suppose in my library, if I am not following any standard procedure, I am declaring 100 author, 200 title, 300 subject. You are at liberty at your library, you are designing a database with 200 title, 300 author, 400 subject. So as a result, what will happen when we both people will exchange our data, export import our data from one library to another library, your title will come to my author will go to your title. So that again, that will be a mess. So to avoid that kind of mess, we need to follow a standard. My library need to follow a standard, your library need to follow a standard, so that when we exchange and export import our data, it becomes seamless, it becomes tidy data, not messy data. So that's why this kind of standardization started coming with the beginning of computerization in libraries in the decade of 70s, got matured in the 1980s. You can remember that Mark 21 Mark 1 project actually started in 1965. Mark 2 project started 1967, and till date we are in the second generation of Mark. Still that 1967 project beginning actually went through different kind of development, but still we are in the second generation of Mark, owing to the advent of that Mark 21 year beginning in 1967. So every content designator is trying to designate the contents. And what are the contents? Different kind of fields, subfields. Particularly, you just imagine your ISBD data. ISBD is having 8 different areas, and each of the areas are having sub areas under it. Title, if you go for TSOR area, title and statement of responsibility. So there are title, parallel title, alternative title, subtitle, then statement of responsibility, and so on. So each area is again subdivided into number of sub areas. Mark 21 or CCF or Unimark is one step forward. That means it is now designating the fields and subfields through different kind of numbers. Numbers are called tags, and within the tag again fields are divided into different kind of subfields, like subfield A, subfield B, and some kind you need to denote that from where subfield A starts, from where subfield B starts. So we use a subfield delimiter. For example, in case of Mark 21, we use dollar as a subfield delimiter. In case of CCF, we use @ sign as a subfield delimiter. So subfield delimiter may vary. Library of Congress using a pipe sign as a subfield delimiter, pipe sign A. what we are actually giving $A. So in this way, libraries may differ in different kind of subfield delimited, but the basic concept is that designate the content for the purpose of ensuring export import of data, so that my data is at par the standards of your data and your data is at par the standard of the global scale, so that I can take your data. In case of a union catalog, in case of different kind of export import, Z39.50 basis distributed cataloging, everywhere you need this kind of standardization. Okay. So if I now come to the signposting part, you can see here, the signposting is basically, as I said, that if you consider this kind of ISBD kind of thing, so then there is a main entry. This is the signposting for your, textual catalog. Then you are giving the data, title and statement of responsibility according to the ISBD. Again, it's a signposting, and you are giving the data with the punctuation mark. So this kind of signpostings are working, but in a computerized environment, we need to make this signposting business much more prominent, much more pinpointed, so that computer can understand where a particular field ends, where a particular field begins, and subfield ends, subfield begins, and so on. So all kind of data what we are handling in a bibliographic domain or for a bibliographic record can be divided into two groups. One is the fixed length record, another is the variable length record. So variable length record means, suppose you are not quite sure that your first title is of 30 character, next title may be of 20 character, next book title may be of 15 character. So we are not quite sure about the length of the title of a book, author of a book, number of subject descriptors we are giving, we are not quite sure. But these are called variable length field. And there are some field that where we know this is the length of the field surely. For example, date field. If you are giving date in ISO format, so YYYMMDD, and there may be a separator hyphen between the year and month and date. So you all know that there are 4, 6, 8, and 2 separators. So 10 characters will be there, and no date will go beyond this 10 character or less than this 10 character if you are following ISO standard. So this kind of field are called fixed length field, and number and coded fields, what we call in MARC21, are all fixed length fields. Okay. So if we are having this concept now, the fixed and variable length field, now you see the signposting in case of MARC21 or any content designator is slightly different from the signposting what we are doing with the ISBD. ISBD, when you are doing a manual catalog on the top of a card, that is also signposting. Nothing new in we are doing in MARC21. Only the new thing or the improvement we have done, that let us design or let us designate every type of field with a number, because computers are very good in handling number. Then you are giving different kind of subfield, again a signposting business, and then you give your data. So this is, you can see that main entity personal name, you all know 100. Then two correct indicator position. Indicator positions are basically giving you the nature of the content and nature of the rendering of your bibliographic data. So this is actually data, and this is actually signposting. So you are entering in the subfield a name of the author, and name of the author, what you have used here, surname, comma, space, forename. So for that style, you need to follow that first indicator position value is 1, and that is given in the manual, in MARC21 manual, that what should be the value of first indicator position or second indicator position depending on the nature of your data. Now if you come to 245, here you can see that subfield A we are giving name title of the document. Then there is a punctuation mark. Again there is a question from most of the cases I receive, that why we need to use punctuation mark in MARC21. Punctuation mark we can generate at the time of display. In fact, that is true. The logic is true. Common communication format, the best in the business, content designation system, never advise to use punctuation mark inside the bibliographic data because it is reducing the value of bibliographic data. It is expected that you can design your own display format by following the ISBT style or some other style, you know, automatically, and that is quite feasible. But Mark 21 supports that you give your punctuation at the time of data entry. That is a big difference of Mark 21 and other common communication format and MIBIS or something else. So all Mark family, advises to give punctuation mark, ISBT punctuation marks inside the bibliographic, data, although it goes beyond the principles of database. Database principle does not support this kind of garbage inside bibliographic data. But I don't know because there is again no chance that you are following a standard halfway. If you are following a standard, you follow in the full way, devotedly, or you don't follow it. So there is no halfway, like you are preparing a aeroplane. So there is no halfway that if you want to prepare it in full secured level. Otherwise, don't prepare it. Same is the case with the bibliographic data. That if you are following a standard, follow it full division. And Mark 21 gives you mandate that you need to enter your punctuation marks inside the bibliographic data. So there you need to take a decision for all libraries. Then here what I tried to emphasis here you can see this is the title and this is the author. They both are separated by forward slash according to the ISBD punctuation, and this forward slash indicates what comes next in the field, what subfield is coming next. So depending on the what comes next, your punctuation will be changed. If there is a subfield B like reminder of the title, then this will be colon. If it is directly coming a subfield C, then it's a forward slash because a punctuation mark in Mark 21 indicates what comes next, what subfield comes next. And here you can see same is the way 260 and so on. And everywhere this hash you can see here, hash means blank. You do not have to put hash there. If this means this particular second indicator position is undefined, so give you give a blank, and hash indicates a blank in the indicator position. So that is again a misunderstanding. Most of the cases I face that when we represent this blank as hash, people think that hash we need to enter in the second indicator position, but that's not true. You need to keep it blank. Now, in the this second indicated position or first indicated position of the tag 245. 245 you all know title. So why I am using here sub indicator position 1 with the value 1, because I want a added entry under title. That means I want to make the title as a whole indexable so that the full title can be searchable, or rather if I am trying to make a printed card catalog collection, then the system will produce one added entry under the title. If you need that, then you give 1. If you don't need an added entry under title, give it 0. And the second indicator position is interesting. In the second indicator position, you must give in the title. That is number of characters you are sacrificing for indexing. Let me explain this a bit. Most of the cases people find it difficult that why this second character indicator position of 245 is so different from title to title. Actually, this is something like that. For example, suppose I am opening a this Word file. Now suppose I have a title 245. 245 is the tag. Then one I need added entry under title. Then you can see that in the earlier lection something like say soccer game, and subfield C maybe say same K. So this is a typical data entry for 245. Now suppose the title is the soccer game. The title of the document is the soccer game, not soccer game. If it is soccer game, I am right, it is zero because I am not sacrificing or discarding any character. I want to sort this particular title right from S alphabetically, or I want to index this right from the character 0. But suppose the name title of this book is The Soccer Game. Now what I because as you know, as per the filing rule, we need to discard the preposition, you know. So we need to place soccer game under S, not under T. So how many character we need to sacrifice here? One, two, three, four, because space is also a character. So there it will be 4. So you are sacrificing 4 characters. You are discarding 4 characters to place the title properly in alphabetical order and to index it properly. Now suppose, again, although this is grammatically not correct, so I am saying a soccer game. So in that case, how many character I am discarding? A and space. So it will become 2. And suppose again it is grammatically not correct, and soccer game. Just imagine, or say to make it grammatically correct, so and ice hockey game. So here you are sacrificing 3 characters, so 1 3, a and space. So you are actually placing under ice alphabetically. So if you are having any question, please you can stop me and you can make it clarify if it's not clear to any of you. So these are the importance of indicator position. And again, when you are preparing a decision table, if you are going for this kind of large scale statewide union catalog, you need to prepare a set of decision tables that what are the things, and at the minimum scale, your LIS professionals need to follow at the time of cataloging, and that decision table must be available with all the catalogers involved in the process. So what are the minimum mark 21 tags you are handling against a particular tags? How many of the tags you must need to give indicator position values, because indicator positions values are very important for tag 100, tag 245, tag 650, and 650 is also very important. So where you can you know uh, avoid entering data in indicator position, and where you need to do it in a must to follow manner, that you need to decide. You need to prepare a decision table for a large scale catalog. Now when you are talking about a real life mark 21 records, so it something appears here. And as I said that this subfield delimiter we normally follow, you can see here, here we followed subfield delimiter as dollar. But you see, Library of Congress never use like a subfield delimiter as dollar. They use a dagger sign or pipe sign here as a subfield delimiter. And here you can see 100 main entity personal name, 245, this is the thing with the punctuation mark, name of the author, and so on. And 650, here you can also see that from where they are utilizing in a must to follow manner the indicator position value. It's always 082, the DDC number, 100, 245, then 5XX, and 650. So these are the tag you need to list, that these are the minimum set of tags we are going to follow in the entire state at the minimum level. If you are giving something additional, you are welcome, but at the minimum level you need to follow. And what are the indicator positions we need to fill up as again a must to follow basis. So we already discussed that formats are basically meant for primarily exchange of data from one system to another system, and it's not new again. You see, every library all over the world, the card size is 5 inch into 3 inch. Could anyone here present here please tell me the reason? And who proposed that standard of card size 5 inch into 3 inch? Because I have a reason, to link this particular fact with the present cataloging scenario. Any one of you, can you tell me that why we follow all over the world. You go US, Canada, Australia, Kerala, Bengal, anywhere. Be it a public library, small, be it a very large academic library, everywhere we follow a card size of 5 inch into 3 inch. What is the purpose? And who gave us this standard? And when? Any idea? Don't think that I am testing your knowledge. I am just trying to link that one. Any answer is welcome. I am just trying to link that one with the present cataloging scenario to make you understand that nothing has changed. The basic concept is the same. Anyone please? Any answer is welcome. No. Uh, am I audible to all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir, you are audible. You are audible.
Okay, fine, fine. So what I actually tried to communicate that this catalog card size is the very first physical standard in the history of library catalog. Way back in 1853, American Library Association, a group, that time American Library Association was not there. 1876 it was formed. But 1853, a set of people who later formed ALA actually proposed this particular card size, 5 inch into 3 inch, so that library can exchange the card, because if you follow a particular card size, your cabinet size will be almost same, so that it can hold card, so that I can exchange my catalog cards with your library. I can take library catalog card from your library to my library, and everywhere this is a uniform size, so that the exchange of cards could be possible. Now today in a digital world, when we are doing the same export import exchange, the basic objective is still very same. We want to exchange our bibliographic records from one library to another library, but because of computer, that card size is not quite valid now. So we need to create a physical standard, so that your library software, your library data standard like MARC21 or CCF should support that. My software may be different, but I should stick to that particular standard. So that omnipresent standard, what normally most of the library software, most of the content designator scheme follow and based on, is called ISO 2709, proposed in 1985 by Arbart. Please remember, ISO 2709 is a international standard, of course, because ISO, International Standard Organization. But again, it actually entirely based on another ANSI NISO standard called Z39.2. So Z39.2 first proposed by ANSI NISO. Later on, it was adapted as it is basis by ISO, and very famous in the name of ISO 2709. All the library software, all bibliographic data management tool, all your bibliographic and authority data standards, all are conform to ISO 2709. So what role card size played long back in the library cataloging domain, that is now playing by ISO 2709 as a physical standard to support export import data across the system, across the bibliographic data format or standards. And most of the, not only MARC21, most of the other formats like CCFB, CCFF, Unimark, all are based on ISO 2709. So if you are coming to the record structure of a MARC, the MARC record structure, as I said, is basically based on it has got a physical structure which is based on ISO 2709, that is called LDDS, level directory data separator. I'll be coming in details. Then within the structure, you need to have a content designation scheme, your tags, your subfields, nature of the tag and subfield, like repeatable or not repeatable, mandatory or optional, and finally the data or what you are entering. So as I said, the entire structure of any MARC record, like any other bibliographic format, is based on preliminary ISO, ANSI ISO Z39.2, which is later on adapted by ISO 2709 by International Standard Organization. Now here you see how ISO 2709 is guiding the entire MARC record, and not only the MARC record, most of the content designation and library software like Koha, Lipsys, Soul, all conform to ISO 2709 in their catalog module. So what it says, ISO 2709 says that when you are storing your data inside the database and exporting your data from your record set to another library, the physical standard must be, at the full level. First you indicate a label which is a fixed length field. It will tell you that how many characters are there, from where it, what is the base address, from where it starts, where it ends, how many subfields are there, what is the size of a particular record. Everything will be generated automatically by the software you are using, and it will be placed before the record. That is called label. Then it will be followed by again a fixed length field called directory structure, like your subfield and main tags and subfields, how many of tags are present, how many of tags subfields are present, everything. Then will come your actual data, what you have entered, and finally your data will be ended by a separator, like a hash or something like that. So that next record will again start from the leader, and again followed by the directory data separator. Again the next record will start. Ideally, if you have 1 lakhs of record and you are exporting, so it will create one single line for all 1 lakh record, and every single line will be followed by this 4 segment for a single bibliographic record. It will be starting with the label, then followed by the directory, followed by the data you have entered, then a single character separator. Again the next record will start. So in this way, ISO 2709 actually given us the container structure for exchange and import. And here you see how MARC is conforming to ISO 2709. If you go by a MARC record structure, it is also starting with label, but they call it leader. American people never, they always think that they are the best people in the world. So every time they rename it, but the concept is the same. So what ISO 2709 talked about or designated as label, MARC people designated as a leader, but the rest of the nomenclature they adapted as it is: leader, directory, data, separate. So if you now look into the cross section of a MARC record, so here you see the record structure is again leader, directory, and this data is of two types: variable field. Either it's a variable control field and variable data field. So every variable data field, like the name of the author, 100 main entity personal name, 245 title, is again having two different segment: indicator position, first indicator position, second indicator position, followed by the subfield code, like 245 subfield A, 245 subfield B, subfield C, and so on. So this is the basic structure of a MARC record. And when you are exporting, importing bibliographic record, here you see, I just tried to mean that how it is going. So here you see this first for 24 character positions are leader. Then the directory structure, it is saying what are the tags it is are there, what are the subfields are there, everything. So when your directory structure ends here, your actual data started appearing, whatever you have entered, and finally it is ended. Here it's ended with a line gap. Ideally, to show you in detail, I have actually prepared a line gap after this one, after every record. But in reality, all of this in one line, and it is supported by and separated by a single character, and it can handle this bibliographic data also. Here you see the next record is starting from here, 24 characters, then directory positions, and then the variable data in Bengali, and finally the records end here and the next record starts here. So in this way, when I will be getting this particular .iso file or .mrc file, then I can easily import inside my system. So that is the thing. So far we have discussed some of the basic things on MARC 21, and we are almost entering into the more technical part here. And you need to know that these are the in MARC21 bibliographic format, these are the basic blocks. So it starts always with 0xx. 000 is the leader field as per MARC21. Then a lot of 0xx like 005, 006, 082 and so on. This 0xx can again be divided into 00x and 0xx. So this is the number and coded fields or control information we call it. So all of your ISBN number, your class number, then 008, 005, date and time of last latest transaction, all comes under this number and coded field. Then your actual bibliographic data start from here, 1xx main entry. And there a particular document can be entered only one main entry. Either it's 100 personal name, 110 corporate name, 111 meeting name, or 130 uniform title. So this 1xx, when you are entering data on that basis of the records or data set, that is a book you are having, you need to decide. Here, cataloger judgment is very important. That which one will go to the main entry. And please remember, for a single bibliographic record, there could be only one and one main entry. So only one XX tag you need to select. Either it's a personal name 100 or a corporate name 110 or a meeting name like conference proceeding etc 111 or a uniform title like sacred scripture, holy books, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Quran, Bible. So different versions are there, different translations are there. So you are bringing all Qurans, all Bibles available in your library under the single unique uniform title like Qurans or Bible or Vedas and so on. So 130. Then comes the 2xx area, title, proper alternative title or reminder of the title, statement of responsibility. So this is becoming 245. 246 is the parallel title or alternative title. 250 edition statement. 260 publication distribution area, place of the publication, name of the publisher, and so on. 3xx, the most important tag is 300 physical description, extent of item. 4xx series statement, 490 the only important tag. So you need to decide in this way that this is the block and what are the minimum essential field my participating library should support. Additionally, they can give their own, but these are the minimum requirement we need to support. Then 5xx note area. Uh, Here also you can see general note, content summary note 520. 520 is very important. So these are the note area. Then 6xx is also another most important area, because if you see a catalog record, so there are only two types of data you are giving. You are giving either data derived from the document, that is called derived indexing. Another, a librarian is assigning, and assigning part is important for selecting the main entity 1xx, for giving the class number 082 or 084, what you are following, possibly you are following DDC 082, and in determining the subject content of the document or descriptor related to the document on the basis of a controlled vocabulary list, like Library of Congress subject heading list, if you are following that. So your tags are very important, very important for a bibliographic record, which involve the judgment of a LIS professional. Rest of the things anyone can fill up. Rest, you just train a class 10 boy or girl that these are the things you need to give place, then colon, the name of the publisher, go through the book and enter. So rest of the thing anyone can deal with. But these three things only a library professional can do. What will be the main entity, what will be the class number, and what will be the subject descriptor. So please be very careful of these three fields, because these are the main access points through which your users will be accessing your records. And these are called assigned indexing part of a bibliographic record. And 666, many things are important, but possibly the most important is 650, controlled indexing term. When you are using 650, please remember that you are taking it from a standard vocabulary control, Library of Congress or a thesaurus or something. You are preparing your own. But it's always better to go LCSH, because nowadays LCSH is completely, uh, you know, uh, you know, it can be imported as it is basis inside your this one, Koha or any bibliographic data management software. And fast is appearing very, really fast. That is called OCLC fast, faceted application of subject terminology, FAST, that is created by OCLC as a linked open data on the basis of Library of Congress, name authority, subject authority, and so on. So you can try this fast also. And then comes the 7xx added entries. Added entries are additional access point. And MARC21 is completely amenable to the rule base of AACR2. As it is basis, it is following the AACR2. Suppose, for example, there are three authors of a book. So you can identify who is the principal author. Either the first name or the name appeared in bold, or it is mentioned that this is the principal author. So you are selecting one of the three author as principal author. The main entity will be here 100, main entity personal name for the principal author. But there are other two authors remain. So those other two authors will be coming here 700, and all 1xx are entirely corresponding to their counterpart of the 7xx. Let me give you one example. So 100 is the main entity personal name, 700 is the added entity personal name, and 100 is not repeatable. That means you can give only one value for 100. But 700 is repeatable. If there are 3 4 more authors, you can all add. I'll be showing you in a practical demonstration that you can all add it there 700. Similarly, 110 is main entity corporate name, not repeatable. 710 is added entity corporate name, repeatable. So here you see that it is basically the formula is x00. X is either 1 or 7, 00 for personal name, X10, 110 corporate name, 710 added entity corporate name. Similarly, 111, 711, 130, 730. So it's very easy to remember. And then comes the 8xx area, series identity. If your library traces the series or index the series in cataloging, then you are giving first in the 490. Then if you want to have an added entry under the name of the series, you need to repeat it in 830. So that is again a rule. The name of the series will go here 490, and if you want to index it, if you want to make it searchable by the user, then again you repeat this as a series identity in 830. And 9xx, is basically on the basis of MARC21 holdings format. Most of the software are using it in different 9xx field. Those are not no, non-mark field, we call, like fields related to item, price of the item, holding branch, home branch, date of acquisition, replacement cost, from which fund you have gathered it, whether it's a confined copy or circulable copy. Everything you need to give 9xx, which is basically related to item. And here, this MARC21, what Koha is handling inside, completely amenable to FRBR. FRBR, that it's basically a full layer architecture. So it is work, expression, manifestation, and item. So what happens inside a library catalog? So when you are handling a particular document, say for example, Hamlet written by Shakespeare. So Hamlet is available in, suppose, in your library in Hindi, in English, and in Malayalam. So this Hamlet in Hindi is expression 1. Hamlet in English is expression 2. So belonging to the same word Hamlet, and Hamlet in Malayalam is expression 3. So now suppose you take the Hamlet available in your library translated into Malayalam. So every language or translation of a given word is an expression. And suppose you are having this particular Hamlet in Malayalam in your library. So this particular expression is available as a book, just like so. It is now manifestation. Hamlet, say Malayalam, the code is MAL I am using. So Hamlet, Malayalam, this is the manifestation. And you are having two copies, copy 1 and copy 2. So this is basically the FRBR model, group 1 entities, and there are two other groups, group 2 entities, producer and creator, and group 3 entities, subject. So here if you see this Hamlet is the work, then you are having 3-4 different versions or editions or language. So suppose this is one, and suppose this is Hamlet Malayalam is edition 1. So this is the manifestation 1, and suppose you are also having edition 2. So this will be the manifestation 2, say edition 2. So this will be M2, and this M2 is a copy, say M2C1 and M2C2. So this is the case we are handling, and all this item level information, this copy related information, it actually goes to the non-perfect, that is 9xx, because this will vary from library to library. In my case, this particular copy 2 is having accession number 1 to 3. In your place, there is no guarantee. In every chance that will be different. So my price may be different, my home range will be different, date of acquisition will be different. So item level information never matches. But you see, in all libraries, we are basically cataloging this manifestation. So manifestation level catalog will do. We do not catalog item at hand. We catalog manifestation or the content manifested in that particular item. So please remember this thing. When you are cataloging manifestation, not item. So all 000 to 8xx of MARC21 belonging to this manifestation, and 9xx or item related things will go to this this item related information or copy related information is handled by this one. So 0xx to 8xx will be same for every library is having that document, but this 9xx will be deferred and reserved for local implementation. Hopefully this is now clear to you. And the next what important thing is that the entire MARC-based cataloging domain, you need to know that at the bottom level you are having a physical standard like ISO 2709. In the middle you have a framework standard like a content designator, either MARC21 or CCF. But at the top you are following a logical standard like ASER2 or presently RDA or control vocabulary like Library of Congress subject heading or classification scheme like DDC. So it's basically any cataloging is basically a 3-layer architecture. At the low level or the physical level, you are having just like card size, you are having ISO 2709. In the middle, you are having the framework standard like MARC21. And on the top level, you are guided by a set of rules, cataloging rules like ASER2, DDC. And my dear friend, most of the cases I nowadays, came to know about this MARC cataloging. Do you know MARC cataloging? Take it from me, there is nothing called MARC cataloging. MARC is just a framework standard. The cataloging rules, policies, principles, decisions related to your main entry, everything is guided by a more logical standard like a cataloging code, like ACR2 or classified catalog code or your RDA, whatever you are following, and then control vocabularies and classification schemes. So please do not consider MARC cataloging. MARC is a framework standard. Your cataloging is still based on the greater logical standards like cataloging codes. Okay, fine. So these are all mechanical information. What next we are going to see? So I think enough, you know, so now it is time to show you some of the main things you can see here. So suppose I'm cataloging this particular document. The title is the beauty box. Subtitle is a tribute to such and such. So what I am using here, you see 245. I want an added entry under the title. So first indicated position value 1. Second indicated position value 4 because I need to discard T, H, E and space. So it will be sorted under B or index right from the beauty. And then there is a subfield. Again, you need to understand this a bit. This punctuation marks is an interesting thing that you are handling inside Mark 21. And the golden rule that you need to follow, that every punctuation mark, like your colon, forward slash, semicolon, etc., will be preceded by a space and succeeded by a space. So suppose here I am using colon as an indicator. As I said, that punctuation indicates what comes next. So subfield B is coming next. So the punctuation marks as proposed by ISBD is colon. So there is a space before colon, there is a space after colon. And again, suppose there is a subfield C. So you can give here forward slash. Except comma and dot, there will be no preceding and succeeding space, no preceding space before comma and before dot. So except comma and dot, every connecting symbol you are using, colon, semicolon, forward slash, all will be having a preceding space and a succeeding space. That is the rule of punctuation management in Mark 21. Please remember this when you are entering data. Okay. Now you see some of the major tags I want to clear beforehand before going into the practical part. So 100 main entry personal name, that is the primary author. One of the most important, 70% of your document actually having this 100 main entry. So what is the value of first indicator position? If you are following forename first, like Amartya Sen, you are giving Amartya space Sen. So their first indicator position you can give 0. But again here you have to decide that if every library is following forename first, that is one thing. But I would like to request all of you to follow the more conventional one, that is the surname, comma, space, forename. And there you are giving first indicator position value as 1. If you are using family name first, then first indicator position value will be 3 and indicator 2 is undefined. So in this way, every tag in Mark 21, clearly they have written that what should be the value for first indicator position, second indicator position, and these are again on the basis of the judgment of a cataloger. They need to do it, but they need to do it whatever they are following. And if you are having a standard for every major field like 1xx, then 245, 3xx, 5xx, 6xx, then it 7xx, it would be better. And most of the cases, if you are following 100 first indicator position 1, value 1, then you need to repeat that in case of 700 also. So all 100 indicator position value should be repeated in corresponding 7xx, like here 100, 700, and so on. Now these are the subfield again under 100. So subfield A is, of course, it's a mandatory kind of thing, personal name. And then another important field is here dates associated with the name, like year of birth and year of death if you are having it. So here the most important thing is subfield A, and if you want to make it much more elaborative, then you can use subfield Q for the fuller form of name. Suppose I am giving same A, in subfield Q I can write A for Amartya. Then similarly, date of birth associated with Amartya Sen and so on. And please remember, this is an example of a particular data 100 sub character position, first indicator position 1, because I am following surname first. This is blank. As I said, hash means blank, but you do not have to enter hash. Then subfield A, surname, comma, forename with the middle name dot. Now here you can see subfield Q. I am giving the qualifier, the full name of this particular person, if you know, if I know it, and subfield D I am giving the date of birth, and it is open because the author is still living. Similarly, another important thing is that so let me see from here. So, in case of bibliographic catalog data cataloging inside any LMS, you are having two possible routes. One is the distributed cataloging. We call normally it is based on Z39.50 protocol. We call it technically distributed cataloging. And let me make this clear. What is the need of distributed cataloging in a library? Again, I am asking a question. You give answer on the basis of your experience as a library professional. What is the first logical step you do when you start cataloging of a document? Suppose your section in charge gave you a document that you please start cataloging this one, and you are having a computerized system, or suppose you are in a manual environment, it does not matter. What will be your first logical step? You are having the book. If you are in automated environment, you are in front of the terminal. If you are in a manual environment, your table has got your card catalog and all stationery. So what will be your first logical step before starting the catalog? Anyone, please? This every day you are almost doing this, knowingly or unknowingly. You are about to catalog a document. What is your first logical step? Very good. Very good. That we call duplicate checking. Excellent answer. So first logical step is that whether my colleagues or my predecessor in the library already catalog this document or not. Now that we are doing in a local database basis. If I am having card catalog, I am browsing the card catalog. If I am having the automated catalog, I am searching by the name of the author or ISBN or title. Now just imagine you scale up that concept. Can I do that duplicate checking global basis? If any of the library in this world has done it, then why should I? So this is the concept of global distributed cataloging. If libraries are offering their data sets over a Z39.50 stateless protocol, then if the Z39.50 is a two-state protocol, you may have your server, origin we call it, and target we call it, and your client, origin we call it. So it's a client server basis two-state protocol. So if your library management software is having a global client, Z39.50 client, then on the basis of your data entry, different kind of Z39.50 data entry, uh, you can check whether it is available in any of the libraries. And As a librarian, you know that for us the most important tools are tertiary tools, meta tools. So do we have a directory of all the Z39.50 servers in the world? Fortunately, we are having it. This is called IRSpy, created by Index Data, which actually prepared or developed the YAS toolkit for Koha or any other library management software to support Z39.50 cataloging. So this you can go here irspy.indexdata.com. You can find all the details available against a particular catalog. Say for example, here I am searching all the Z39.50 server in this Indian subcontinent. So I can find one. I can select any of this one. Say Library of Congress. Reliability is very important. You better check this reliability 99%. Then if you click Library of Congress, all details of Library of Congress will be coming. So we need the protocol, the support, host name, port name, database name, and so on. Then we can come to our Koha to add it. Say for example, in a Koha, I can add any number of Z39.50 server and the data we can have from the IRSpy. So unfortunately in India, I requested many times this central reference library, national library, that you open up your data through Z39.50. Particularly this will be very important for document in Indian languages like Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Bengali, Hindi. But I don't know. I actually failed to convince them. But still, that's a proposal. Uh, and if we add those, the servers as a listed Z39.50 server here, then our job will be slightly easier. We can add here any Indian Z39.50 server port and everything. Syntax MARC21 also supported. Then for multilingual record, we need to select UTF-8. Then the moment we add it, it will be available and we can fetch data from those servers. So here you can see we have added a few like Library of Congress, Lahore University. In fact, many of the Pakistan universities and libraries are having Z39.50 server, but I don't know why. Some of the projects in India, we actually did it against a given enemy ICT project, but that's also too old now. Okay. So we are not having in India that the thing we need to consider. Even Encryptnet can have a entire Z39.50 server, but instead they are giving IntCat, a good for nothing service. So that kind of things we need to pursue, we need to demand. And the moment it is available, we can link our own server here. We can search by title, ISBN, and we can fetch data. For example, here I am searching by some Bengali author, getting data, and finally, this is the mark data I'm getting. And the moment I'm sure this is the book I'm searching, I can click import, then entire data will be transferred here. And many of you are doing this regularly in Koha. But this one is one Z30, distributed cataloging. Another was is original cataloging. We are not having this particular record, and but we need to add it. So let us think about another, this one that is called Mark 21 heading matrix before going into the practical one. So this is very important to remember. In fact, I will be sharing with this package with all of you. And this is important to remember that what are the 1xx and 7xx areas are very important because your 70% document search in a library is a known document search. And what is a known document search? They either know author, collaborator, title, or series. Altogether, this we call ACTS cataloging, ACTS. And then next part is the unknown document search where people are searching by subject. So in both the cases, you see these headings are basically, or access points are basically important when you are talking about personal name. So as we are talking beforehand, that X00, so 100 personal name, 600 added entry personal name if person is the subject of the document. Suppose autobiography of Rabindranath Tagore. So Rabindranath Tagore himself is a subject of the document. So there 600, the subject added into personal name may come. Then one document is written by through 2 3 authors. So first author will go 100, 700, other 2 3 authors will go. Then there is a series you want to trace, and series has got an editor. The name of the series editor will go to 800. Same is the case with x10, x11, x30. So if you remember this, logical formula that x00, what are the target and who will go there if a person is present, x10, x11. So every time you can repeat it, and there is a very interesting mnemonic network in the tag name. So 100, 600, 700, 800. 110, 610, 710, 810. So this is very important to remember. It will be remembered by you during your cataloging, but this is a summing up of all the important access point in compare with the formula x00, x10, x11, x30. So this I'll be sharing with you. But now I am coming to two very important areas. One is the how can we manage simultaneously authority data and bibliographic data, and how Koha is handling that, first of all. Second is that how to manage multi-script record. Like suppose you are having a lot of documents in Malayalam language. So how to catalog it properly by according to the rule of MARC 21. So first thing what I'll try to do is the authority and bibliographic data integration, in view of Koha, how Koha is managing and what is the benefit and advantage. Okay. So as I said that catalogs support two important functions, finding functions and collocation function. Collocation functions is basically supported through authority data. So if your library catalog is not supported by authority data, you are doing entire cataloging the halfway to support only the finding functions, not the collocation function. Different names under a single name. In fact, that was the second objective proposed by Qatar, and later on fine-tuned by Lubezki. So then collocation function is basically the management of authority data, name authority, subject authority, uniform title authority. And when you are as you all are using Koha as your official open source library automation software in Kerala, so I targeted everything in terms of Koha here. So how can we link bibliographic records with the authority records? So we need to select, as I said, that set of tags and subfields mandatory, for which we are going to must to follow indicator position fill up activity. Then how we can integrate our authority data with the bibliographic data. Okay. So these are the things at least we have covered so far. Okay. Now you see, another interesting thing in Koha is that not only you can handle your authority data or integrate your authority data, but you can also standardize different kind of data entry activities. For example, different kind of tag editor inbuilt inside Koha to fill the leader field 005, date and time of latest transaction 006, 007. But additionally, apart from this tag editor, you can also design different authority lists. Like for suppose there are 30 participating libraries. So each library you need to give a standard code. It's always better to have a code for 040 from Library of Congress, MARC, organization code. But if you are not having MARC organization code, then you need to give each participating library a separate code. And that is very important from the point of view of designing an Indian catalog. Every library must have a 040 code. And every library must put that 040 code here in the code in the 040 tag. And you can prepare a pickup library code kind of authority list for your all libraries. Suppose there are 30 libraries, you are doing some kind of centralized cataloging. So 040 can be attached with the pickup list. Your cataloger will pick up the library that this library is having this book, and rest of the data will be entered. Same is the case with the language code. We can design our own, possibly you are handling multiple languages, Malayalam, Hindi, English, Tamil, Telugu. So how many, this language code you can remember from the MARC, language code. So that entire MARC language code can be designed as a pickup list and can be fused with 041. So that I will be, possibly you know it, that I am going to show you a small demonstration. And different kind of parameter setting you need to do, that bibliographic, you need to design a bibliographic format, and it can be shared amongst the participating libraries. But most important thing is that right from the day one, you better go for authority control based or authority data driven cataloging. What does it mean, this authority data driven cataloging? It will support C and C also references related to name authority, subject authority, uniform title authority. For example, I'm trying to give you a live example here. You can see. Let us see that I have a bibliographic record number 41 with the personal name Thompson Jolinda. Okay. Now Thompson Jolinda, I have added this particular author is available with my books record. And the moment I entered this bibliographic data, this is my 650 data. So this particular record I have cataloged under different topical heading: online library catalog, online bibliographic searching, federated searching. All I have taken from Library of Congress. Okay. Now, the moment I search my authority record, if my authority record and bibliographic records are linked with each other, so if I search here, I have given online library catalog. If I search by online library catalog, it can tell me that this is a standard subject descriptor, and 3 records are attached with this particular subject descriptor. Fine. But suppose here in this document I my this is dealing with the online catalog. So suppose some people is searching by social opaque, and now nowhere in my topical heading there is a term called social opaque. Social opaque is not a preferred term in Library of Congress. Now suppose I want to link that term social opaque in with this particular catalog, which is presently not having, anyone is searching by social opaque, they won't be finding it. Now this is the authority record simultaneously created by Koha. Every time I have added a 650 or I have added a 100, Koha will create separate authority records for it. And the moment I add this online library catalog as my principal descriptor, you can see this 1xx, all 650 will be coming into 150. Then the corresponding C reference is 450, and C also reference is 550. C reference means 450 means linking between a non-preferred heading to preferred heading. And 550C also means linking between an established heading already you are having in the library with another established heading, related heading. So both I can change. So online catalog, suppose social opaque, I can go to 4 tag. In 450 I can add C reference social opaque, or another 5, suppose I have web opaque as a different heading. So in 550 I am changing, entering web opaque. And next time when I am searching by social opaque, earlier it was not possible, but the moment I am searching social opaque, although this particular term is not there in my catalog, but as I am linked with the C references, it will be retrieve the documents where I have given 450 social opaque. So different non-preferred heading, different name variants, your user can be searching if it is connected through this one. Now let me give you a particular particular example what happens inside Koha when we actually add or link rather bibliographic records with authority records. Suppose this is a bibliographic record where I am having 100, 700 and 650. So 650, suppose this is 1650 and that is another 650. And suppose there are two added authors. Now you just imagine this is the bibliographic record 1. In this bibliographic record, I am having one principal author 100, two added authors or joint author. One in 700 is a repeatable field, so 2700, and two descriptors I have given. Say for the sake of simplicity, I am saying this is my principal author, this is the second author, and this is the third author. And topical term I have given T1 and T2. So if your Koha is not connected with the your bibliographic format is not or not connected with the authority format, then nothing else will happen. Now, if you are connecting in Koha your bibliographic records with authority records, so Koha will create authority record 1 with for this author 100 A, authority record 2 with 700 with 100 as a main entry. So this 700 first 700 second author will be another authority record in 100 author B. So there will be another authority record for the third author 100 C, and these are all name authority. Now another authority 4 will be 650 will become 150 T1, and the fifth record authority record will be this. So now you can understand that how big is this network. So every time you are entering something in this access point like 1xx, 7xx and 6xx, corresponding authority record will give. So this is one bibliographic record, and there are 5 corresponding authority records. 3 are the name authority record, or 3 authors you have added, and 2 are the subject authority record. Now what I can do, suppose A is also known as A1. So 400 I can add A1. Now A is also known as A2. So another 400 I can add A2. So now who are searching by A1 or A2, they will also be retrieving this bibliographic record. Similarly, suppose here this author is known as so B1, and so on. Similarly, in case of topical heading, suppose this topical heading I can give 450 TA1, another descriptor, non-preferred 450 TA2, and so on. And then I can also give here, in case of subject authority, 550 is some important. So this is suppose another related heading I am already having TTA. So in this way, I can later on I can edit all of this authority record to give C reference and C also reference. 400, 450, these are C references, 4xx rather, and 5xx like 500, 550, these are C also references. Now let us see one example, then we will be coming to our last topic, this multilingual data. So I am now going into Koha. So this is a blank Koha instance I am having. First thing is that when you are trying to link your bibliographic data and authority data, you need to do something in Koha. Okay. So here in the global system preference, you can see there is an option called authorities. By default, these authorities are off So what I have done here to link, this bibliographic format with authority format, every time the negative value, the default is do not show, you need to change to positive value, show. And default you keep as it is, default you don't touch. So here default value is 50, I am not touching. Here it is, the default value is do not generate, I need to change to generate. So all negative values you need to don't allow, to allow. If it is already positive, don't change. Positive remains positive. Negative, turn to positive. Default value, keep it as it is. So if you are going to this authority data and follow this formula, say here, do not use, do not link, do. And this way, if it is positive, keep it as it is. If negative, change to positive, and default value should be default. Then you can save all authority records. Now with this simple thing, you are connecting your authority data with the bibliographic data. Then second thing you need to change is the searching. In the searching interface, you see there is an option called include C from searches here. So again, by default, it will be do not include. So if someone is searching from C, C also references that whether that will be honored like non-preferred form or support. By default, it will not be honored. So you need to change to positive include. So these two things you need to change to get a huge advantage of collocation in cataloging. How you are merging authority data with bibliographic data. Now, suppose after this changing is over, then if I am starting cataloging, let me start one catalog, original cataloging. So I am starting one book catalog. So here you can see I can take the help of the tag editor. So you better train your professional that how to use this automatically. They can take the help of Koha to generate the default values of leader. So it will be coming. And later on you can change also. If you click that whether it's a new document or a corrected document. Suppose you are correcting a document, you edited something, then the status will be from new to corrected. In this way, every character position value we can change. Date and time of latest transaction. If I click, it will take from the system in YYYMMDDHHMMSS format like microsecond. Then 006 I need to fill up, so I can take the tag value here, tag editor value. I can select what type of document it is. Then selecting BKS, selecting the default value will be coming. Then 007, the same way I can take the help of the tag editor. It's now very smart. So any type of document what I am dealing with, normally books, serials, these are called textual material. So textual material, it's a regular print or oversize or braille. So TI is the default. Then on the basis of this 005, 006, if you click 008 position, Koha can automatically generate 00 default values for 008, and default values are just enough. So these are the mandatory field you need to go before actual cataloging. 100, sorry, leader field 005, 006, 007. Then 020 is the ISBN number. Let us go for a real life document. Say I'm just searching a book on web scale. Okay, let us take any of this one. Web scale discovery service published by Elsevier. This is the details of the book. I only need a real life ISBN number and so on. Product details. So suppose this is a paperback edition. So this is the ISBN number I am following. And if you are not interested in this one, you see leader and control feed, they do not have indicator position. Indicator position starting from the 0xx, like 015, etc. 020 indicator position, I am keeping it blank. The next important thing for us is 040 cataloging source. Here what I am saying that every time you better try, suppose you are having 30 participating libraries, first try to have corresponding MARC organization code. MARC organization code, if you go to the MARC site of Library of Congress, there is a link that how you can apply for having MARC organization code even for the uh, bulk number of libraries. So you first try that. If it is not available or it is delayed and you are in hurry, then you design systematically code for every participating libraries, and the code must be future oriented. Normally what happens, MARC organization code follows this: two letter for the country, then three letter for the abbreviated form of a library. Suppose Kalyani University Central Library, suppose in this way. So IN stands for India, tool code, and it's a 5-digit code, but again it can be increased through a hyphen into 6 or 7 character positions. So suppose it is the entire network may have a code, then 01, 02, 03, in this way you can also expand. So this is the catalog code. Suppose for my library, I am having from Library of Congress. So 040 is a very important tag when you are in Union catalog format. Then next important tag is 041 language code. So here I am actually telling you that here you can add pickup list kind of thing. Suppose there are 40 libraries are available. So how can I, every time I can remember? So it will show me the name of the library. The moment I pick up it, the corresponding code will go. So let me show you that how we can do that. Okay. I am opening another tab, side by side tab here. Then I am going to this. See here, I am preparing an authority list, and I will attach this authority list with 041. And in the same fashion, you can do it for 040 and many other fields you want to have it. So suppose I am going to the authorized values. Then I am creating a new category. Say category name is MLC, suppose MARC language code. Save it. Then add authorized values, add a new authorized values under MLC. So in this way, MLC is the category and I can add, suppose authorized value is MAL, language code is for Malayalam. So Malayalam. So what description for the librarian, for the OPAC, and for all libraries of this library one, you can select, does not matter. So I'm selecting, adding my first one. So authorized value language code for Malayalam is something like this. And another, suppose I want to add another authorized values for email, say BN or Bengali. And every time I can increase it. Now suppose these two authorized values I have added. Now I want to add this in 051. So what I will do? Next time what I will do, in this way centralized you can prepare a very structured data entry framework, and that you can later on distribute or share with your participating libraries. So if I go to administration, MARC bibliographic framework. Suppose my target is this BKS framework. I can now go to the MARC structure. My target is 041. So I'm searching 041 language tag, action, view subfields. So here you see my target is the 041 subfield A. If I edit this one, I am having an option that every subfield can be linked with an authorized value. So what the things we have done? MLC, Mark Language Code. Now the moment I click Save Changes and I come back to my this 041 and refresh it, here you see now 041 subfield A will be attached with the pickup list. So I am going to 041 subfield A, and now you see everything I have added there alphabetically came. I can pick up Malayalam here, and in the data set MAM will
Parthasarathi
go.
sir, is there any issue?
Yeah, yeah, please.
Jamshir?
Yes, please.
No, no issue the audio and the video.
You are getting it.
No problem. Visible screen and your audio is okay.
So now you see this particular things are there that I can pick it up. And the moment my authority data and everything is linked, then I can pick it up from Malayalam. I can give a code for this. Suppose I am giving now I'm just trying to show you what will happen. So my personal name author is suppose here one surname, then blank, and personal name is Sen, comma Amartya, then 2xx. I'm just creating a very short type of cataloging. 0 welfare economics by Amartya Sen. Then suppose this is the second revised edition. Publication distribution, suppose it's New York. Space colon space publisher, maybe WordPress, comma, then year of publication, let us say 2011. And suppose this book is having 244 pages. 4xx there is no series. 5xx I'm just avoiding general note, and 520 is important. And suppose this there is an added author for this particular document. Another added author is Kaushik Ghosh. So one undefined and Ghosh A. Okay. So in this way, suppose there are more than one author, I can repeat this one, another for another author. 650, I am giving only one tag, and here it is important that the maintaining of the indicator position. If you go to Library of Congress, initially you need to have consult this particular tag. If I go to 650 tag, you see this indicator position for 650 is very, very important. Why I'm saying so? And after a certain time, you can remember that here, whether your descriptor is a primary one or a secondary one, on the basis of that, you need to give data. You don't want to give any information, no label, 0. If you don't want to give any information at all, keep it blank. But second indicator position is very important. You need to give here this code if you are following any of these Library of Congress subject heading or something like that. If your code is not maintained here, suppose you are using UNESCO thesaurus or something like that, then you need to give 7, and in the subfield 2 you need to tell that what you are following. Suppose I am following UNESCO thesaurus. So for that, what should be my second indicator position and subfield 2 value. So I don't want to maintain anything here. I am using a separate vocabulary control not listed. In subfield 2, I need to tell the name of the thesaurus, what I am following. Then the term I am using, suppose this is welfare economics dot. And this way, I can repeat any number of times. So suppose another 650 I want to create. And here in the subfield 2, I can give the same document I am using, UNESCO thesaurus, and I am giving, say, suppose social welfare. Okay. So in this way, suppose I have added two subject added. So one main entry, one added entry, and two subject heading. So Koha will create now authority record 1 on the top of 100, authority record 2 on the top of 700, and two authority records because of the two different instances or occurrences of 650. Now let us save a copy of this document. 9. Here it is mandatory that what kind of item type. It's a book in Koha. And now I am save and edit item. So suppose I have one copy of this document, and the only thing I want to do, it's available in the generals tag. This is the date, let us say today's date, and many things, as I said, that you can maintain. Barcode suppose 1 2 3 4 5, copy number C1, and I am having only one copy. So this item and the catalog, one copy I am having, and this book welfare economics is added inside my database now. And Koha automatically created not only this bibliographic record but also corresponding 4 authority records here. Now how can I know that? If I open another tab here and go to the authorities record and now search by say welfare. So here you see this authority record on the basis of subject express social welfare, welfare economics, everything. But if I search by, and now suppose social welfare is also known as social welfare. Suppose just imagine social welfare also known as or welfare economics also known as say populist economics. Suppose for example, so if my user in the catalog search by welfare, they will be getting this document. Suppose they are searching by welfare, so they will be getting this document. Welfare economics. But suppose my user is searching by populist economist. Populist economics. Obviously my document data is not there, and it will be saying that this is not there. So my user is searching from a non-preferred heading. Now suppose if I change my this welfare economics, I can edit it. So now you see that 650 came into 150, and here I can add 450, C from tracing for topical term, and there I can add suppose populist economy, and this field is repeatable, populist economics, and I can repeat again So any number of 450 I can add, and all now will become searchable. Populist economy, say, mm, social projects. So in this way, all non-preferred term I am adding and saving it. So the moment I save it, now you see my 10150 is preferred heading, welfare economies, and 450 there are populist economy and social project. Now when my user will again search by populist economy, sometimes it take 1 2 seconds. Now you see. So now when all kind of non-preferred term, different name variants you are searching, your retrieval base is increasing through this invisible link of C and C also references. So right from the beginning, it is always better to have an authority data and bibliographic data linkage. And another 10 minutes I will take to discuss this event, that what about this uh, multi-script data. So when in multi-script record, if you go through this MARC21 bibliographic format, this multi-script record is basically, there are two models. So if you go to the appendix D multi-script record, so they are giving you model A and model B. So model B is a very simple one, and nobody follows because of it's too simple. So what in model B it is saying, that simple manuscript record, you just enter in 100245 the native script, and there will be no linkage with your native script and transliterated or translated script. So this is the one particular thing that you need to take a decision whether you are going to follow this kind of very simple multi-script record, that it is nothing will be there. You just enter the way you are entering 100245 in Latin script for English language document. There you just use your native script like Cyrillic for Russia, Arabic, and so on. But another better model the whole world follows normally, including our national library, that is model A. And there, what it says, that you decide that all your language of cataloging will be what that you decide. That suppose here in 040, one particular subfield B is the language of the catalog. So suppose your language of the catalog is English, then you can give in 1xx245 your this transliterated like title. I will be showing you some example, and 880 can be linked with the original cataloging. So your transliterated or translated title in Malayalam, in Hindi, it will go here in 100245 and so on, and the corresponding linking should be provided with 880. Now, last day I have collected a few document, a few example for Malayalam language. How can you handle it? Sorry if I am not pronouncing it right, but you can guide me what should be the right pronunciation. Now, suppose this is a document. What I want to do it in an opposite way. For example, in 040, I want to have the native script in the basic access point, like 100, 450, 40, 245, 260, or 650. I want to have Malayalam script, and then I would like to include corresponding transliterated version of the title. So here I have taken a particular document, Nirupakante Vishwadarshanam. Am I pronouncing right? Nirupakante Vishwadarshanam. Is
Yes.
it written there in 245? Okay, fine. Now suppose this Nirupakante Vishwadarshanam is the title of this document, and the author of this particular document is Kalpatta Balak Bhaskaran, na Balakrasan. Anyway,
Balakrishnan.
so Balakrishnan, suppose a spelling mistake is there. So Kalapatta Balakrishnan is the author, for example, and this is the title. So here in 100, you see what I have done, the main entity personal name, and the corresponding occurrence of 880. Say this is the name of the author, and the author is in transliterated format or Latin script is this one. So for 100, I am having a corresponding 880. And here you see in 100, I am saying that in subfield 6, it is linked with 800 occurrence number 1. So 800 occurrence number 1 is the author. And here I am redirecting this link again in $6 that it is corresponding to 100 occurrence number 1. So this is 100 occurrence number 1 and this is 880 occurrence number 1. Both of these elements are linked with $6. $6 or subfield 6 is basically the linking mechanism. And there you can write your name of the author in Latin script or in transliterated format. Then this 100, this is the tag, and here I am linking 88001 occurrence. And what does it mean, this particular symbol? So forward slash, then this symbol stands for the script of, because I am using here Latin script. So here you can see in the control subfield, there it is given that what should be the script value, that what should be the script value for this one, and it is linked with this model a control subfield. In the control subfield, it is given. I'm taking this is from the this code list. And here you see when you are translating, it is in Latin script. This should be the value. So I have given here. This is the value in case of. Then similarly in case of title, suppose Nirupakante Vishwa Darshana. So this is the title I have given in Tamil Malayalam script. Then this is linking with the 880 occurrence number 2. So this is the 880 occurrence number 2, and here I am linking with 245. Then occurrence number 2. This is the 880 occurrence number. Then the code for the Latin script and title in Latin. So this is, I am just showing you that how if you are giving your 100 in Malayalam or in Hindi, the corresponding things will be something like this. So same is the case. This is another example in Malayalam language. Suppose this one is, I have again given 100 and 245. So this is the author, Sankaran. There are two authors actually. One will go to the 700. So this is the author name, and the logic is same. You are giving your author name in Malayalam, then date of subfield D, date of birth or year of birth. Then the first occurrence of 880 first occurrence will include the name of the author in this one, and this forward slash, this B stands for Latin script, and same is the for title. And similarly, the same thing is available for Bengali or Hindi. So most of the cases, suppose this is for Bengali, so we can use it here, the title and the corresponding 880. And similarly for Hindi. So for every time you are handling the multi-script record, either you can follow model pick, but nobody follows that. It's very simple that you just add your everything in the script of the document, the language of the document and the script of the document you are cataloging, there will be no difference. But the better logical model is model A, where you are linking your native script or the Indian languages with the corresponding transliterated format through 880. And the logic is same. You first give your data in this your native script, suppose here in Hindi, then you link with the corresponding 880, then 245 corresponding 880. You can give 650, 260. Every time you repeat it, you need to give a corresponding 880 with this one, this Latin script. But remember, the logic of this, that you never give any number in the Bengali numeral or Malayalam numeral or Hindi numeral. If it is a standard number, then always accession number, your ISBN always give in Indo-Arabic numeral. Say for example, rupees you always need to give in Indo-Arabic. Class number you need to give in Indo-Arabic. In the same way. Similarly, the accession number, year, everything you need to give in your Indo-Arabic numeral need to be followed. Here, this 100, 245, 260, 650. Here you can use and corresponding 880 will be there. So if you want this, I can share so that it can act as a guideline for all of you that what to do, what are the linking mechanism, and what MARC is saying. Oh, I think you are bored enough. So let's close the session here. If you have any question, then I will be happy to answer it.
If any of the participants have any questions, I think they could ask now.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, I understand. Say, indicator position has no link with the retrieval. First of all, it is not like a go list or stop list or this kind of thing. Indicator position value indicates the nature of the content of the subfield, what comments. Now, there is a principle in cataloging that is called principle of local variation. I can follow surname first, then forename. You are also equally, you have the same right to follow forename space surname. You got my point. So as a cataloger, I have the liberty to write an author name, surname, comma, space forename, and equally well, you have the right to present an author or render an author with a forename space surname, because that is the principle of local variation. In fact, people say or experts say that in case of this Indian subcontinent, forename, giving forename first actually makes some sense. In foreign countries, European countries or American countries, their variation of surname is wide. Forename is limited. Everybody is Bob, Will, Smith, something like that. In this subcontinent, surnames are limited, phone names are widely varied. So according to the principle of rendering, your phone name should come first, because that is there is a canon of short heading as given by Ranganathan, that the most short heading part, the element which is having the maximum mnemonic value, maximum retrieval value, that should come first. So according to that principle, the phone name should come first. As a librarian, you follow that one. So your case, phone name come first. In my case, I am traditional one. I still give surname first. Now suppose we both are exchanging our data. So suppose we both merged our data together and our users are having a data set where for some author forename first, where for some author surname first. That goes against the principles of consistency. You are not consistent. Your users are in problem. So if you are indicating in the indicator position that my first indicator position 0, that means I am giving forename first, and I am indicating my first indicator position 1, I am giving surname first. So the viewfind end or the integration end, we can easily manage this one, that either we will change everything for surname forename or forename surname. So that kind of consistency we can reproduce at the time of retrieval if somewhere you are maintaining what kind of rendering style, what kind of nature of content you are following. You got my point? It has nothing to do with retrieval. It is a all kind of managerial part of bibliographic data. Yes. Mm-hmm. Model B is saying that you can use 245 or 246 as a simple kind of thing. Suppose 245, your this vernacular language is going. 246 you are entering your transliterated form like in Latin script. But there is no, suppose in that case you can handle only title. What to do with how to deal with the 100 author name, because 100 is not a repeatable field. Then you can manage 245, 246, but not 100, not 650. So that's why this 880 came into business. So every access level like 1xx, 245, 6xx, you can give in the vernacular language or native script, and then in 880 you can link with the Latin script. But definitely this is that this will increase cataloging load. Okay. So authority records, you want to say that suppose you are giving name in Malayalam or in English, in bibliographic data, what you want? Bibliographic data in Malayalam, and in 400 you are giving the corresponding transliterated format in Latin script. Okay. No, my point is that 245 you are entering, say 100 in bibliographic record you are entering data in Malayalam, 245 you are entering in Malayalam, 246 you are entering in Latin script like translated, and the corresponding authority record of 100, or you are giving this name in Latin script. But that means your bibliographic data is not completed when you are exporting importing. That is a local kind of solution now you are proposing. The moment you are trying to export import that data, so that data will bring only the Malayalam script, not the corresponding authority record. You are getting my point? So you are making two different.
Any other questions? Maybe some of the participants could provide a feedback on the program. Would anyone like to say a few words? Would anyone like to say a few words, or maybe we could close the meeting? Okay, I think we'll wind up the meeting. Parthasarathi sir, we are really thankful for you for having spared your time to provide us a talk on the standardization and the Koha related items. So I think we could close the meeting. And thank you very much, sir, on behalf of the council.
Yeah, my point is that before going for this, you sit together, all the key persons and prepare a decision table. And in that point of time, if you involve me, it will also for a learning experience for me, and I will be trying to help that how to create that decision table. Decision table is very important. And from the, yeah, this not an easy task. This not an easy task. Mm. Particular, yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Sure. I'll be happy to be part of this endeavor because I heartfelt thing is that I always find it difficult to produce the standardized mark data from this particular subcontinent. So at least one state is coming forward to standardize the bibliographic data. If you go through the INCAT data, if you go through the National Library data, many time I inform them that this is not actually you are not following the standard, the quality is not good. You cannot claim that is a global scale data set. And very easily we can do that if we are having a decision table kind of thing. If we train our fellow professionals for certain things, things are not that difficult also. But the decision table part is important, very important. Yeah, exactly. And we need to have a Z39.50 server for Indian life. Yeah, fine. Yeah. Fine. Okay. I'll be sharing this package with Madam. So Madam will distribute it to all of you. Okay, so that it.
So, Parthasarathi, sir, we would really require your help for taking our calendar forward. So we will
Sure,
get in
Madam.
touch with you again, sir, when we
Oh,
have a meeting amongst
sure.
ourselves.
Sure.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
ജംഷീർ ലീവ് ചെയ്യാം എന്തെങ്കിലും പറയാനുണ്ടോ? ആ ആ ആ ആ അതെ ഉം, ഉം, ഓക്കെ ആ ഇനിയിപ്പോ ഓണം വെക്കേഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ആലോചിക്കാം. ഓക്കെ ബൈ ശരി താങ്ക് യു.